everyone, welcome to the ranking. Here's my ranking of all the theatrical released Star Wars movies. God, I'm tired. I'm so tired. I just saw Rise of Skywalker and my God, it broke me. I'm worn out. I'm beat. Can't even live anymore. Because that movie ended, the new franchise is now done. Hallelujah. I thought I'd rank all the Star Wars movies. It's been a long time since I've ranked them all, so might as well just do it. I'm going to rank the 3 prequels, the 3 original trilogy. I don't even know if I worded that. The prequels, the original trilogy, the Disney Star Wars, that's 9 films, plus the 2 spin-off movies, plus the animated film that went to theaters. So 12 films, let's get to it. Coming in number 12 is Star Wars Rise of the Skywalker. Rise of Skywalker is shit. Did a whole review of it, check out my review, didn't like it, I bored the ever-loving shit out of me, it annoyed the ever-loving shit out of me. I'm glad this franchise is over, and I hope just Mandalorian's the only thing we have Star Wars related, or maybe some more shows. I'm done with these movies, like, I really am, I'm done with them. I still love the good ones, but kind of done with them. Coming number 11 is Solo, A Star Wars Story. I gave it a pass when I saw it, then when I saw it again, I literally couldn't watch the whole thing. Like, I went on Disney Plus, because I hadn't seen it since I saw it in theaters. I literally couldn't get through the first 25 minutes. It's so bad. The cool thing with Darth Maul and Paul Bettany's okay. All Right is trying, but it doesn't feel like Star Wars to me, and it's just the most pointless film I've ever seen. Out of every Star Wars movie, it is literally the most useless and pointless film. We don't need to know this shit. I like Donald Glover as Lando, he's pretty good, but all this stuff wasn't needed. It's not a needed film, it's a pointless, boring film that just didn't need to exist. Coming in number 10 is Star Wars The Clone Wars. The Clone Wars is, a crappy movie because it's the first few episodes of the television show. As a television show, it's just an okay movie, but because it's a movie, it doesn't work because it's not well executed. The animation isn't very good for a theatrical release movie. However, the good news is it spawned into a good TV show, but as a movie, it just doesn't work. Coming number 9 is Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. A really bad film with really bad acting, but it's kind of memorably bad. I like the scene with Jango Fett and Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan in general is really great. Even Mace Windu has its moments here and there. There's some moments here and there I did enjoy. Some good action scenes I did enjoy. However, the romance between Hayden Christensen and Natalie Portman just overshadows the film, and it becomes an unbearable piece of shit. Romantic film. I was going to say rom-com, just romance film. Maybe funny in a bad way, but I did like Jango Fett. Zem Wazel's kind of cool. Obi-Wan's awesome. There's some elements that I liked, but it's still not a good film. Coming to number 8 is Star Wars Last Jedi. Star Wars The Last Jedi, it really falls for me because it could have been something great and it just let us all down. It brings in twists that they don't need. It brings in characters that we don't need. It makes Luke Skywalker an unlikable piece of shit. We all know him as a great guy. Mark Hamill is giving a great performance, but he's just not Luke Skywalker, and they do a lot of characters dirty in this movie, and I don't like it. The more I think about it, it leaves a really bad, sour taste in my mouth watching this movie. Sure, they have interesting themes, but they don't do anything with them. And it's so bad that this movie was so pathetic that the new one had to erase half the shit that this movie brought, so good job, Rian Johnson. Coming number 7 is The Phantom Menace. Phantom Menace is also not a very good movie, but it has Darth Maul. It also has the Duel of the Fates, one of the best John Williams scores ever. It has one of the coolest lightsaber duels ever. Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon Jinn taking on Darth Maul. What a fucking cool scene. I even think Qui-Gon Jinn is actually a really cool character. I wish they explored more of him. Ewan McGregor's great. St. Frank Oz is great. Jake Lloyd's a really shitty Anakin Skywalker. The pod race goes on for too long. This CGI is unbearable. Jar Jar Binks is unbearable. The film still isn't good, but it's more entertaining. Coming in number 6 is The Force Awakens. The Force Awakens, I know, like, it's so weird. This ranking is weird. I never thought this ranking would turn out this way. I really enjoy a lot of ideas in Force Awakens. I hate that Rey is the main character, and she's a boring character, and she's a complete Mary Sue. She knows all these things and all this Jedi training without any Jedi training. She knows all this stuff and knows how to do all this shit, Jedi mind tricks and lightsaber dueling, and she can kick the shit out of a Sith. She has no training. She's the definition of a Mary Sue, and it's annoying to watch The Force Awakens now. I used to love The Force Awakens, but every time I watch it, I get angry because Rey is such a terrible character. And Finn is great. I think he's the best part. I like his character a lot, and I wish he was the main character. Han Solo's great. There's some cool action, great visuals. Seeing Ika Uwais in a cameo was awesome. Kylo Ren was actually pretty compelling until he gets the shit kicked out of him, but there's a lot of great ideas. I feel like this could have been the start of something amazing. But then they just kind of blew it. Coming number 5 is Revenge of the Sith. Revenge of the Sith is pretty good, actually. Rewatching all the Star Wars films, Revenge of the Sith has the cool ideas. The opera scene between Palpatine and Anakin is a really great mythos, and talk about Darth Plagueis and stuff. Really fucking cool. There's some good writing, great atmosphere, like the scene with Anakin and Padme, and they're both crying at the Jedi Council. Really good stuff. Order 66, seeing all the Jedi die, was really sad and emotional. Ian McDermott really chews the scenery, and like, yeah, Ian McGregor's so great. Even though the lightsaber duel goes on for too long between him and Anakin, but the payoff to that is super sad, super rich, just so emotional. You actually feel a lot of pain Ian McGregor is feeling in that moment and stuff. There are a lot of dumb moments, really stupid moments, very flawed moments, but hey, less Jar Jar. Coming in number 4 is Rogue One, a Star Wars story. Rogue One is a really cool, kick-ass little spin-off film with cool characters. I like Jyn Erso. I think Felicity Jones does a really good job. I really liked Donnie Yen was really cool too. I liked Krennic. Ben Mendelsohn was cool. The scene with Vader was awesome. The ending scene with Vader is probably the fucking coolest Darth Vader scene I've ever fucking seen in a Star Wars film. I think it's just a cool little side story about like what happened before Star Wars and how they got the plans to the Death Star. I think it's just a cool little tidbit story, and I enjoy it. Like, watching this movie is like playing Fallen Order, the video game. Just a really fun, good time, and a story that you didn't know, and you're kind of glad you didn't know. And Rogue One's a really great film, actually. Coming number 3 is Return of the Jedi. Star Wars Return of the Jedi is a really good film. I think the Ewoks are kind of stupid, and the Jabba's Palace is good, but it goes on for too long. But other than that, this is a great film. Seeing all the great characters back, Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher, and Harrison Ford, Billy D. Williams. Every scene with Palpatine, Vader, and Luke Skywalker is some of the best moments in all of Star Wars. Rise of Skywalker almost jeopardizes that. That's why I also hate that film. But it's so compelling and so deep and so amazing. Just, it's so good. And seeing the confliction Vader has and Luke's confliction and Palpatine trying to turn Luke against his own father, like, there's some compelling, heavy stuff in this movie. And Last Jedi, Return of the Jedi was always my favorite as a kid. And as much as the other two, I think, are way better films, this still has a lot of nostalgia for me, and it still has a lot of great moments, and it still feels like timeless Star Wars, and it's just a terrific film. Coming number 2 is Star Wars 1977. I have little to no problems with this movie. It's a great movie. It's a timeless story with great characters. It's just a simple story about them trying to rescue a princess and destroy a Death Star from the evil Darth Vader. Really good story. No one thought this would turn out this great and build a franchise this huge and this amazing and have its own theme park in Disney, but it's Star Wars. Star Wars. George Lucas created something beautiful, and that was Star Wars. Love it. And my number 1 favorite Star Wars movie is The Empire Strikes Back. I've talked so much about The Empire Strikes Back. I'm sick to death of talking about it. Everyone knows how I feel about it. It is the greatest Star Wars movie ever. It is one of my all-time favorite films of all time, and that will never change. It will always be one of my favorites, and it's the best, hands down. So yeah, that's my ranking of all the Star Wars movies, from least favorite to my favorites. In the comment section below, please tell me, what is your ranking of all the theatrical release Star Wars films? In your guys' opinion, comment below, let me know. And as always, for this video, please subscribe to the channel and join the dark side.